If you have a Cuba trip booked, you need to hear this. Ottawa just upgraded the travel advisory for Cuba. The new warning tells Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution due to worsening shortages of electricity, fuel, food, water, and medicine. And for the first time, the government is warning that these shortages can affect resorts. This is not about crime or terrorism. This is about a country running out of basic necessities, and your all-inclusive might not be as insulated as you think. Cuba's been dealing with scheduled power cuts to keep its electrical grid from collapsing, but unplanned blackouts are also happening across the country, sometimes lasting more than 24 hours. Big hotels and resorts usually run generators when the power goes out, but there is not enough fuel to keep them running consistently. That means you could find yourself at a resort without air conditioning, hot water, proper lighting, or reliable food service. The advisory also warns that the situation is unpredictable and could deteriorate, disrupting flight availability on short notice, so even getting home could become a problem. Why is this happening now? The answer is Venezuela. On January 3rd, the United States launched a military operation in Caracas and captured Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. 32 Cuban soldiers and security agents were killed defending him. Their presence had been denied for years. Turns out, Cuban forces were running Maduro's personal security. Venezuela has been Cuba's lifeline for decades. Havana sent doctors and security personnel. Caracas sent oil, about 35,000 barrels a day. That supply is now gone. Trump announced there will be no more oil or money going to Cuba. Zero, his words. Mexico was the other major supplier, providing 44% of Cuba's oil imports. President Sheinbaum has now paused those shipments. She says it was a sovereign decision, not American pressure. Either way, the oil is not flowing. Cuba is now facing its worst economic crisis since the 1959 revolution. Trump said he thinks the country is ready to fall and does not believe the United States needs to take any action. It's just going to collapse on its own. For Canadians, this creates a real dilemma. Cuba has always been our winter escape. It's close, it's cheap, it's warm. About 1.6 million tourists visited Cuba last year, and Canadians remain the largest source of visitors. But the numbers are already dropping. Canadian arrivals fell 12% through December compared to the previous year. The Cuba Tourist Board in Toronto says everything is fine. They released a statement saying all resort operations are functioning normally and securely for the winter season. They say the Ministry of Tourism secured supplies of fuel, food, and essential goods in advance. Sunwing says there are no interruptions to service. Air Canada Vacations says they are monitoring closely and holding daily meetings about the situation. But Ottawa is telling a different story. The government is not saying avoid travel, this is not the highest warning level, but exercise a high degree of caution is the second tier, above normal precautions. It means think carefully about whether you need to go. There's also a new health warning. Cuba is reporting higher than expected cases of chikungunya, a mosquito-borne disease that causes fever and joint pain. The advisory was added on February 3rd. Other risks include dengue, Zika, measles, and hepatitis A. If you are already in Cuba, the government recommends keeping your phone charged at all times. Stockpile water and food when possible. Stay close to your accommodation. Register with the government so officials can reach you if things get worse. And here's one detail people often miss. If you rack up medical bills in Cuba, you will not be allowed to leave until they are paid in full. Provincial health insurance provides almost no coverage outside the country. Travel insurance is not optional. The situation is unpredictable. The government says it could deteriorate. Tour operators say everything is fine. Someone is wrong. Cuba is caught between an American administration that wants to see the regime collapse and an economic reality that might make that happen. The oil is gone, the power grid is failing, basic supplies are running out, and Canadians are being told that even the resorts might not be spared. If you are booked to go, read the full advisory, talk to your travel agent, make sure your insurance covers trip cancellation, and understand that the Cuba you visited 5 years ago might not be the Cuba waiting for you now.